Welcome back to the Oscar Project Podcast, the show where I discuss Oscar-nominated films year by year. I am your host, Jonathan Eacherberg, and this is the last of my three-part Thanksgiving special with interviews highlighting some of the recent Student Academy Award winners. Today I speak with four members of the team that created the animated short film, Boom. Before I jump into the interview, please subscribe to the show in your podcast player so you can get all the newest episodes as soon as they are released. If you like the interview and want to hear more, please consider leaving a rating and review in Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I am pleased to welcome Gabriel Augerai, Romain Augier, Laurie Pereira de Figueiredo, and Charles Di Cicco to the podcast today. They are the creators of the animated short Boom and recent recipients of the Gold Medal in Animation at the 2023 Student Academy Awards. They join me today to talk about their film and their experience at the Student Academy Awards ceremony. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hi, thank you.
Hey.
Hi.
First off, congratulations on winning the Student Academy Award. I know you guys got to spend some time in Los Angeles leading up to the ceremony back in October. So what was the best part of that experience?
For me, it was all the events the Academy scheduled for us. Like every day, we went to different party to discover the industry and met a lot of people working in cinema. And I think the best day was at the Universal Park team because it was just very funny to to discover all this attraction and entertainment.
For me, maybe it's a little bit special because I came just for the last 2 days, so I just could do to visit some studios like Sony Pictures Animation, and I liked a lot like meeting artists that I like and I follow on social media and discuss with them. It was really great, and some of them gave me advice, etc. So it was really good.
Fantastic. Romain, Laurie, anything from you guys?
It was pretty much like Gabriel said, except I preferred visiting the Academy headquarters and meeting people rather than going to Universal. But it was really awesome that the Academy set up meetings with very important people in our industry for us to meet. It was great to make new connections.
Yeah, and the same for me, like making connection with people who have the same interest as you, but are from very different parts of the world is really something great. And I never thought that we could experience that, but it was really a great time.
Great. So tell me a little bit about the inspiration for the film. It's a lot of fun, but where did the idea from the story come from? Was it one person in particular who came up with that?
I came up with the idea. Originally, I just wanted to have a global situation where we put goofy characters in an environment that overwhelms them. So in a critical situation, maybe a chaotic environment, and the volcano came as the best option for this because it has a lot of interaction with the environment. And then we later made the team, so as 5 people, and everyone brought ideas, and everyone put his own interpretation of the initial sum I've made to really enrich the story and the storytelling. And then Gabriel, Charles, Laurie, and Yannick made a lot of different storyboards and research about gags and also about having a path in the story, because just making a funny movie isn't enough. We have to have a bit of depth to the story too. So that was a lot of research, but the initial idea was pretty simple. As I said at the ceremony, it started as a joke, and then we ended up here. But maybe Gabriel can talk a bit more about the inspirations.
Just I used to just say our movie is a mix of a Roland Emmerich movie like 2012 or Deep Impact mixed with Minions and Ice Age.
That's a good comparison. I can completely see that.
And there was a lot of evolution in the research when we did the movie, because for example, at the beginning we didn't have birds, just eggs, and we didn't we tried to do something of 5 minutes just with eggs, but we didn't succeed. So we add like two birds to add more dynamic action, etc. But at the beginning, it was just an egg and a volcano, as Roman said.
Yeah, the egg with the pose was the original idea, like an egg running anywhere he can and just avoiding impacts and lava and dangerous stuff. But he doesn't know it. That contrast in the situation was where we wanted to spark the comedy and the initial comic situation, and then it evolved a lot along the way.
Excellent. And you mentioned, it's the birds escaping from the volcano. When I first watched the film, I was kind of struck by the variety of the textures that we see on screen. You have the feathers of the bird, the rocks, water, fire, smoke. A lot of those things aren't always easy to animate necessarily. What was the biggest hurdle in getting this film to turn out the way it did, looking so wonderful?
Honestly, we did not really struggle on doing everything because we prepared a lot as the whole team was preparing storyboarding, looking for ideas for the story. I was doing some research and development on various things. As the story evolved, we had new challenges. For example, the crowd with a lot of birds and stuff like this. We had multiple volcano explosions. We have very large shot of water. So as Gabriel, Charles, Laurie, and Yannick were searching ideas for the story, I, on my side, was looking for technical solutions to the problems arising from the story. So we were really prepared. For example, I spent a lot of time developing a tool to create the feathers. So it was much easier when Charles had to groom the feathers on the birds. He had all the tools prepared and everything was set up. So we did not really struggle because we prepared a lot of things among the production stage. So everything went very well. Although we had a lot of technical challenges at the beginning.
Yeah, as Roman says, it's really like the technical issue wasn't the big challenge for us. The big challenge was really how to make a lot of funny situation about
Yeah,
the story and how
all
to
the
make
lot
an
to put in a
audience
short amount of
laugh
time there.
during 5
sorry.
minutes.
The
So
main challenge and goal was to have a comic short film because comedy is really hard to write, and the technical challenges were a side of this, but the main goal was to make a comedy. Maybe one thing I regret a bit was to telling them there are no limits, you can do everything you want in a story and I'll take care of it. But other than that, yeah, the main challenge was the storytelling.
Great. Now, how long did making this movie actually take everybody to working together? You were working on it in school, but I feel like a short film like this, even at 5 minutes, must have taken a long time to put together. You said, Roman, that you were doing a lot of preparation, so maybe from beginning of the preparation all the way through to completion, how long did that take?
From the initial idea to the projection at the jury of our school, it was 9 months. So I'd say it was split even. We had the first half of the 9 months were concentrated on the research on storytelling, the writing, a lot of storyboarding, and on my side, a lot of technical research. and the rest of the production, the other 4.5 months, were the main production, where we animated the characters, made all the effects, the lighting, render the images, and do all the real production. The other part was the pre-production more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like 9 months, but with really big weeks. We we work like all days and all days and
Yeah, we did all the weekend. We stay at least until 2 a.m. all day.
yeah,
Like
yeah, and all day long
Yeah,
during
it
some
was
months.
a
9
lot of
big months.
lot of sleepless nights, and in the end, it was like 18 hours per day at school, maybe.
So for a normal team, I think it will maybe take more time if you want to be legal.
But it was fun. It was very fun.
Sure. So it certainly helps when everybody's chipping in and working really hard. So I have a couple of questions, not specifically related to the film, but before I move on to those, is there anything else that anyone wants to mention about this project specifically?
For me, that project was really cool, and I'm really proud to achieve so much thing with so much festival and go to the Student Academy Award and all the thing, because that was a real adventure, but a real human and artistic adventure with a very cool team. So yeah, I'm very proud to be here with with this team.
Yeah, I hope I will do in my life maybe more projects like that, because it was a really great year. Like great project, a lot of work, but a lot of loss too, like Gabriel said. And I want to do it again if someone do another short film.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun during the production and the making, and that's what drove us, has driven us, it's more correct, during the whole production, because sometimes it was really hard, sometimes we had little fights between each other about a decision, but in the end it's not really important to have a fight just for, hey, that light should be blue or orange or whatever. But we had a lot of fun, and I think you can feel it also in the short film. We really were driven by fun when we were making it.
Excellent. So this might be the hardest question that I ask you guys, and usually I'd ask for a top 3 films from everybody, but I'll ask, since there's 4 of you guys here, I'll ask for your top 1 film each. If you had to pick one film as your number 1 top of all time, what would they be? Laurie, we'll let you go first.
Well, I guess since I have to only say one, I'm going to go with the movie that give me the want to become an animator. So I'm going to go with Treasure Planet from Disney, because like it's the movie that make me say I want to become an animator. So I'm going to go with that, with the nostalgic kind of choice.
I would say for me, I think I will go with Pirates of Caribbean because I like comic movies so much, and at the end, that's always what I want to watch on the night. So for me, it's one of my go-to when I want to watch something good. Roma like Transformers.
Romain, Gabriel?
I'm still thinking, so Gabriel, you can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. I think for me, my top one, Paprika from Satoshi Kon. I really like the crazy idea, visual idea during the movie, and the animation too. And yeah, it's really like a very good. For me, yeah, it's one of the best movie animation features film I've seen in my life. So yeah, Paprika, very good.
I'd say Chunking Express by Wong Kar-wai, because I really love cinematography, and that's a bit what put me into cinema. I loved photography before going to the school, and I really love the movies of Wong Kar-wai, but Chungking Express is by far my favorite, and the depth of the story and well, everything is perfect about this movie, and I absolutely love it. So.
Excellent. Well, we have some good choices there for people to check out if they've never seen them. Now, if you could invite any movie characters to your next dinner party, who would you invite? We'll do the same thing. Since there's 4 of you, we'll have you each pick one to make up our dinner party.
For me, definitely Jack Sparrow to be in the same thing, or maybe Elizabeth Swann for a different reason.
The only movie.
That's my life.
Maybe for me it's Tony Stark, because I know he have a lot of money, so the party going to be crazy. And
He exists in the
Yeah.
real life. It's Elon Musk. You can invite him.
For me, I think I will go with Forrest Gump, because you know the scene in the movie where he talked to people on the bench. I feel like he has some story to tell, and it will be a great time to discuss what is his point of view on the thing. I think it would be nice.
I don't know. Maybe Megatron would be cool to have a villain character, and he can transform into a supersonic jet and make me go around the Earth or something like this. It would be cool to have a big robot at a party.
Just too bold.
Those are some fantastic choices. That's going to be a very, very interesting dinner party, that's for sure. So now I'm usually interviewing authors here on the podcast. So in that vein, are there any books that you've read recently that you could recommend, either fiction or nonfiction, and they obviously don't have to be about film?
I'd say all books from Dostoevsky, greatest author ever, and I read them all at once this year at the beginning of the year, and amazing author, greatest author ever, and maybe Proust too. But you have to be French because it's also about the beauty of the French language and how it's written.
I will say Robinson Crusoe of Daniel Defoe. That's my favorite books, because it's a book I read once per year, because I really like the adventure, the mood during the guy on the island trying to do some stuff, but sometimes it's failed, but sometimes he success, and yeah. So I really like that book.
For me, I will say maybe the last book I ended. It's Le Rouge et le Noir from Stendhal, also a French thing, but a good story.
And for me, I would say that it's a German book whose name, well, in French it's named À l'Ouest rien de nouveau, but I'm not going to try to say it in German because I'm not going to succeed. And it's by someone named Erich Maria Remarque. I hope I said that right. But yes, it's about a German soldier who is questioning the logic behind war, and he's a soldier from the First World War. So yeah, it's about war.
Wonderful. We'll make sure we add those suggestions to the show notes. And last thing before we wrap up, if you guys could let us know, number one, where we can follow you on social media for updates about the film and any other projects, and then also what kind of your next projects are, if you have anything lined up.
We have an Instagram account for the short film, so it's boom, BOOM _short film, where we post news about the film when it has selection, some memes sometimes, and we repost videos from festivals too. And for myself, on Instagram, it's Romain Augier, everything attached with an R. That's it for me.
Okay, for me, it would be on Instagram too, with Laurie.picamine. So picamine, it's spelled Pikamin, and yeah, it's my Instagram, and it's where I post like some drawings, some stuff I do.
And yeah, mine is Gabi Maru. It's Gabi Ma underscore Ru R-U. And yeah, you can find me on the Instagram of the movie too. So
For me, it's also on Instagram. I post what I draw, and it's Karlbad_art. So KARLAB _art ARAT.
Excellent. We'll be sure to link to all of those in the show notes as well, so people can come check out the film and your own personal work.
Thank you.
So thank you guys so much for the time today. I really appreciated being able to speak with you, and looking forward to hopefully seeing your names and Boom at the Oscar nominations when they come out early next year.
Fingers
We hope
crossed.
so. Yes, thank you.
thank you very much.
So much.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again to my guests today, the creators of the animated short film Boom. The film received the gold medal at the 2023 Student Academy Awards in October and is eligible for nomination for the 96th Academy Awards in January. The Oscar Project podcast is written and produced by me, Jonathan Ytterberg, with editing assistance from Joshua Ytterberg. I will be back in a few weeks with a recap of all the interviews I've done in 2023. Until then, I hope to see you at the movies.